Okay, welcome to part 10 of Doki Doki Literature Club. I am the Passionfruit Whalrus, and we seem to be playing this through a second time, but things have changed. And I'm starting to think that Yuri might be a bit of a psycho, but she's hiding it quite far down. But anyway, we're reading a book with her at the moment. So I don't know why that came into my head. Haha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Passionfruit? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Oh, thanks a bunch. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. That's interesting. So we don't even get the option for Yuri this time. Let's start... start with Monica then, seeing as she wanted to, seeing as we're talking to her, as it were. Right. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Passionfruit. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club... Oh, we've done this before. I'm always listening. Okay. Can we get to the poem? I want to see if it's different. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Just going with the flow. Yeah. Well, we did that and someone died, so come on. Anyway. Yes. Come on. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Passionfruit. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. That's interesting. She said that on like the second or the third poem last time. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. This is the last poem we read. That's strange. Okay. You know what Yuri likes. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologise. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Okay. So come on. She's done this stuff before. Hole in the wall. Right. Well, this is what we had before, isn't it? Hole in wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. but my burned eyes can no longer see colour. This is... They've missed a bit. There was something else here, I think. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there, right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. That's different. That's interesting. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. This is the same again. But the poem was different. Kind of style, poems. A lot of poems in putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. No, this is all the same. Yeah, something like that. Coming on strongly again. Okay, so let's skip forward a little bit. Or... here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. This is the same thing again. Thanks for listening. Alright. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. Yeah, so this is the same again. Okay, so now we're showing our poem to Yuri. I don't know if this is going to be different. I would have expected it to be. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. So this is back to the old stuff again. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise is new writers in that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form and fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expression and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. This is all the same again. Alright, just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Okay, I think I'm going to skip forward a little bit because this is just the same stuff now. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Ah, there we go, so we won't skip forward, we'll just read this. Okay, so Yuri's poem. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. This is the same, though. Strange how some of it's different and some of it's just identical. Yeah, it's kind of awkward to read, your handwriting, actually, but never mind. Okay, so this is the same again. It doesn't drag, it's all the same a lot of the time. Hahoo? It's not about a ghost. Yes, I know. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Passionfruit. Ah, me too. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me but for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Okay. This is the same again. Yes. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Passionfruit appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Passionfruit started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you really act as young as you look, Natsuki. The fuck was that? Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Oh, it's getting nastier. Edgy? Sorry, that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? This is going dark. Yeah, go on. Let Passionfruit hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she has just noticed I was standing here. Passionfruit, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. This is really going weird. How... It's not like, but whoever I agree with, so of course... Oh, what the fuck was that? How am I supposed to read that? I've got to make a... Oh, crap. I've got to just randomly pick one because they don't give me time to read what the fuck it said. Okay, this is a bit more interesting, but it's kind of annoying. Right, let's agree with Yuri in this instance and see what happens. Oh dear. Am I not allowed to pick Yuri? This is weird. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Hello? Okay, that was really weird. Okay. Hey, Passionfruit, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Passionfruit, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. That's interesting. You mean like I've forgotten that Sayori's dead and this is all happening again? Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Passionfruit. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. They're getting crazier. They're definitely getting crazier. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate... What the fuck? You understand? Okay. What the fuck? Right. I've got to pick some poetry now, I think. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but okay, let's do that. Contamination. Misery. Horror. Holiday. Why not? Adventure. Something interesting, maybe? Depression? Dark. Romance. Scars? She did say she cut herself. Well, it was implied. Sweet, excitement, secretive. Yeah, why not? Tenacious. Friends. Massacre. Empty. What the fuck is that? Alright, well, let's click on it. What the fuck just... What is going on? Journey. Sticky. Pure. Waterfall. What? What the fuck was that? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Oh, this is so weird. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. What the fuck is going on there? Welcome back, Passionfruit. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me, or if it's Yuri's expression, or the fact that there's only a tiny fragment of her standing in front of me. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday. I really need to apologise. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologised. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologising, I know you really didn't mean it. Passionfruit, don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around. And, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologise. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you say something yesterday? Did you do something yesterday? Right, so when Monika says she completely forgets, she really means it. So, I think Monika's behind this, somehow, because she printed that weird poem of, well, not poem really, of Sayori's, where it was just insane ravings on paper, and she printed that on a pamphlet, so something's not right with her. And now she seems to have brainwashed Natsuki somehow and made her forget everything, so this is kind of weird. So I think she's behind this somehow. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Yuri, but she's got something wrong with her too, so yeah, this is bizarre. I wonder if Natsuki's like the only good one, or if there's other weird stuff going on. Eh? Jeez. Whatever is on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? What? But... I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. Right, this is where she lies about the piano again. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. So what the hell was she up to? I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Once I get a little bit better, I will. I don't think she said anything about a song the first time, so that's changed. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Passionfruit. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Passionfruit, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Damn right. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Let's see. Alright. Well, I think we'll leave it there, and we shall find out what's up with Yuri in the next part. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.